All right. So this is part two of investments, money, and dealing with inflation. Basically, I'm gonna just start off to say, the advice or these experiences that I'm sharing with y'all is just the advice that I'm giving. Uh, it's from techniques and shit that I've been through and things that I've dealt with and solutions that I've found, that actually work. So I always have a topic in a discussion, you know what I'm saying, to try to give people different insights of techniques that I actually use. This is stuff that I apply to myself. You know, everything that I may put on here may not work for everybody, but I will say, that these techniques haven't failed me yet, as far as like how many years that I've been doing this and coming up with these different systems. And it's just totally analyzing and studying a lot of these things. And one thing that I have noticed is that financial discipline starting within the house, as far as how you manage your house, reflects on everything else. It's been a lot of different situations that I've been in where let's just say, all right, for instance, right, and I'm gonna get straight to the point. Let's just say, because I don't have a lot of time, let's just say that you make a certain amount, okay? You make $2,000. Excuse me. You make $2,000 a month, and you have to keep that $2,000 a month functionable. All right. So you have to use that $2,000 a month to the best of its ability, meaning every dollar has to be accounted for, right? Now, for some, $2,000 a month ain't shit. Okay, but if you know how to effectively use that $2,000 a month, it don't matter how much money that you get, because that shows your skill and level of money management and internal discipline and training. You understand what I'm saying? So basically, it's like this. You could break the 2,000 down into 500s. Okay? Let's just say you may spend 9 times out of 10, if you're making 2,000, you can afford a room off of $2,000 a month. All right? Let's just say that's $600 of that. Then it's $200 for food. Okay? So you spend about $1,100 for a room. And I'm just hypothetically speaking, just giving an example and using this as an illustration of managing such funds of that amount. So one of the things that you don't do is that you bank $250 a month. You save $250 a month out of that $2,000 a month. And you operate off $1,100 a month. All right? Then you go on ahead and you invest the leftover. So off the $1,100 that you may have out of that $2,000, you may have $900 left. You can have a $200 or $300 emergency fund, which you have cash at hand just in case if anything happened. I'm gonna say this again: emergency fund, just if you got cash at hand just in case if anything happened. Then you can take the rest of that and you can put it into something that actually make you money. All right, so you don't broke that 2,000 down, or you could pay a bill of something that you may got, which is your phone and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. All right, which could be phone, lights, or anything else. Okay, so I'm just giving you an example. It's all on how you manage your money. When things are slow, you slow your activity down. I've ran a business for 18 years. You understand what I'm saying? And I know what it is. And it wasn't so much of making the money, because the money was there. It was about how can we manage the business to a point to where as though we make it so remote to where it can run itself. Only thing we have to do is just oversee it. That's the ability of having a mindset and being able to conduct, you know what I mean, certain amounts of monies to run an establishment that gives an actual service and to keeping consistent. Because I don't give a fuck how much money you make. If you mismanage your funds, you can make $100,000 a year, whatever. I don't give a fuck what you do. If you mismanage your funds and you don't know how to keep money in these certain different categories, or to organize your dollars to where as though it's taking care of the operation in which you built, then you're going to be a fool with no money in the end anyway. Some things require more cost than others. One of the things that you don't do is that you don't put money into something that ain't going to make you no money. That's for one. So whether you are an artist or whether you do investments or whatever, or whether you do whatever it is that you do, or whether you work or how much money that you get, if you don't know how to manage that shit, if you cannot manage the affairs at your house, what makes you think that you can manage your business? What makes you think, if you're not a motherfucker that know how to delegate his bills or to pay bills, whatever kind of bills that it is, what makes you think you know how to run a business? You can't even manage yourself. I manage myself pretty well. I don't have no debt. I don't put myself in the situations. And I didn't always, you know, I've been through a lot of shit. This is why I could talk that shit, because I've taken losses and I've dug myself out of holes and I've analyzed, I cleaned up, and I studied. And I had hands-on experience with this shit. But I also witnessed a lot of guys lose their businesses and different things of that nature just as well too. Fucked up a lot of money and shit, man. People doing a lot of shit, worrying about how they look instead of worrying about what the fuck they need. You know what I mean? A lot of people credit fucked up. You know, a lot of people not handling shit. You know, a lot of people buying shit that they can afford off the blast because you pay cash for it, but then they can't afford that shit to maintain it throughout the course of the year. I'm going to end it on this note. I got about 10 more seconds. But I'm going to end it on this note. I'm going to come back with a part 3.